The Biggest Fool. Chapter 1. The Town of Willowbrook. Willowbrook was a small American town sitting between rolling green hills and a long river that glittered under the sun. Life here was slow, peaceful, and simple. People knew one another by name, waved from their porches, and gathered every Friday at the small community park for the weekend market. But even in such a friendly place, there were problems, worries, and people who struggled to find their way. In this town lived a young man named Tommy Grant, a 28-year-old who had a warm heart but a very careless attitude. Everyone liked Tommy, but everyone agreed he was the biggest fool in town. Not because he was stupid, but because he never took life seriously. He trusted everyone blindly, made promises he couldn't keep, wasted time like it was endless, and thought nothing bad would ever happen to him. His mother, Mrs. Grant, often warned him, "Tommy, one day your foolish habits will cost you more than you can imagine." Tommy would simply laugh, wave his hand, and say, "Relax, Mom. Life is good." But life was about to teach him a lesson he would never forget. Chapter 2. The Opportunity Tommy Ignored. Tommy worked at a small car repair shop owned by Mr. Wilson, a kind but strict man in his late 50s. Mr. Wilson saw potential in Tommy. He was quick with his hands, friendly with customers, and could one day run his own garage. So one morning, Mr. Wilson called Tommy into his office. "Tommy," he said seriously, "I'm retiring next year. I want to train someone to take over the garage. You're the best choice, but you must start coming on time, learning paperwork, and taking responsibility." Tommy's eyes widened. This was a huge opportunity. But instead of feeling grateful, he laughed lazily. "Oh, come on, Mr. Wilson," Tommy said. "You're too kind, but I'm young. I have time. Let me enjoy life a little." Mr. Wilson sighed deeply. "Life won't wait for you, Tommy." But Tommy didn't care. He skipped work later that week to attend a beach party with friends, leaving the shop short-staffed and forcing Mr. Wilson to work double hours. People in town shook their heads, whispering, "That boy has a golden chance in his hands, but he throws it away." Tommy didn't listen. He believed everything would work out magically. Chapter 3. The Stranger in Town. One warm afternoon, a stranger came to Willowbrook. Marcus Hale, a smooth-talking man in a shiny suit with a bright smile. He claimed to be starting a new business, a big, modern car dealership that would change the town forever. He walked into the repair shop and introduced himself. "I've heard good things about you, Tommy," Marcus said. "I want young men like you in my company. If you invest now, I can make you rich." Tommy's head spun with excitement. "Rich? Really?" Marcus nodded confidently. "Guaranteed. You invest $5,000 today, and I will double it in 1 month." Mrs. Grant begged Tommy not to trust this stranger. "Son, money doesn't come so easily." Mr. Wilson warned him too. "Be careful, Tommy. Something about that man feels wrong." But Tommy? He thought he knew better than everyone. He believed Marcus's smooth voice. Without thinking, Tommy took all his savings, borrowed money from two friends, and handed Marcus the money. "You'll see," Tommy bragged. "I'll be the richest young man in Willowbrook." Marcus Hale smiled, shook his hand, and disappeared the very next morning. Gone. No car dealership, no office, no trace. People sighed sadly. Tommy is the biggest fool. And for the first time, Tommy felt something new. Fear. Chapter 4. The Fall. The next few weeks were the darkest of Tommy's life. His friends demanded their money back. His mother cried in worry. Mr. Wilson looked disappointed. Tommy tried calling Marcus. The number was disconnected. He tried searching online. No results. He asked around town. Nobody knew him. He had been scammed. Completely. Everyone told him not to trust Marcus. But Tommy thought he was too smart to be fooled. And now, he had lost every single dollar he owned. He started skipping work out of embarrassment. His debts grew. His mother had to use her small savings to buy groceries. People talked behind his back. One day, Mr. Wilson found Tommy sitting behind the garage, head in his hands. "Son," he said gently, "you must stand up. Running away will not fix anything." Tommy whispered, "I was such a fool." Mr. Wilson corrected him softly. "No, Tommy. You became a fool because you stopped listening." Those words hit deep. That night, Tommy looked at himself in the mirror and said aloud, "I will change. I don't want to be the biggest fool anymore." And for the first time in his life, he meant it. Chapter 5. The Climb Back. Tommy returned to work with a new seriousness. He stopped going to parties. He stopped wasting time. He worked extra hours, took notes, asked questions, learned paperwork, and even apologized to every friend he owed money. Slowly, life started improving. Mr. Wilson noticed. One evening, he smiled and said, "You're not the same boy anymore." Tommy replied, "I learned the hard way." Months passed. Tommy repaid every dollar. His mother looked at him with pride. The town people slowly trusted him again. Then one day, Mr. Wilson handed him a folder. "Tommy," he said, "I'm retiring in 3 months, and I want you to take over the garage." Tommy felt tears in his eyes. "But after all my mistakes?" Mr. Wilson smiled warmly. "Everyone makes mistakes. The biggest fool is not the one who falls. It's the one who refuses to rise." Tommy promised he would never disappoint again. Chapter 6. A Test of the New Tommy. A year later, Tommy was managing the garage successfully. He woke up early, respected customers, balanced accounts, and trained young workers. Everyone agreed that Tommy had grown into a responsible man. But life wanted to test him again. One afternoon, a young boy named Ethan, 20 years old, walked into the garage, looking troubled. "Sir, I need help," he said. "There's this man in town promising to double money if we invest now. His name is... Tommy's heart dropped. Marcus Hale. Ethan nodded. Yes. Do you know him? Tommy closed his eyes. He remembered his pain, his loss, his humiliation. Then he placed his hand on Ethan's shoulder. Listen carefully, Tommy said. That man is a liar. He took everything from me. Don't trust easy money. Work hard for real success. Ethan listened. His eyes widened. Thank you. You might have saved me. Tommy smiled gently. Someone should have warned me too. I won't let others make my mistake. And from that day, Tommy became known not as a fool, but as a wise young man who helped others stay safe. Chapter 7: The Return of Marcus Hale. 2 months later, Tommy was driving back from a supply shop when he saw someone walking near the bus stand. Marcus Hale, the same man who scammed him. Tommy pulled over and stepped out. Marcus looked shocked for a moment, but then smirked. Well, Tommy Grant, still angry? Tommy walked closer, calm and confident. No, I'm not angry, but you're not fooling anyone again. Marcus laughed. What will you do? I'm leaving town soon. But Tommy wasn't the same boy anymore. He called the sheriff, called 3 other victims, and stood firmly until officers arrived. Marcus Hale was arrested for multiple fraud cases across states. Before being taken away, Marcus sneered. So you think you're a hero now? Tommy looked him straight in the eye and said, No, I just stopped being a fool. Chapter 8: A New Beginning. Years passed. Tommy turned the small repair shop into a modern, successful business. He hired workers, trained young men, and became known for his honesty and hard work. People who once called him the biggest fool now said Tommy is the wisest man in Willowbrook. His mother lived happily, proud of her son's transformation. Mr. Wilson would visit occasionally and smile at the thriving garage. Every year, Tommy told young workers his story. How he lost everything because he didn't listen, didn't think, didn't take life seriously. And every time he ended his story with the same words, being foolish is not about lack of intelligence. Being foolish is ignoring the advice of those who love you. I was the biggest fool until I decided to change. Moral of the story: the biggest fool is the person who refuses to listen, learn, and change. A wise person is simply a fool who learned from his mistakes